my educational stance is actually a result of the process I went through since I came to the United States from Israel. I came about 10 years ago, and my first meeting with the supplementary religious school was when I started working there. I never seen or knew about that type of educational setting. And I also actually never been in a synagogue before, I have to admit. I visited a synagogue once. They took us all before the trip to Poland. We actually went to see a synagogue, the Israeli kibbutznik kids, or how a synagogue operates on a regular basis. So for me, it was a very complicated relationship that I have with religious Judaism. And teaching in a supplementary religious school, I think the first thing I sensed very strongly that there's a discrepancy between the goals and aspiration of this educational setting and what actually happens in the class, with bored children, disconnected children, and parents that kind of stay on the outskirts of the educational zone. I didn't feel any connections between the spiritual uplifting of prayer and Judaism and the beauty of it that I also brought from home, from Israel, from the kibbutz, and that going through the tefillah mechanically, learning to read, or modern Hebrew that was just connecting the word to the picture, and lack of meaning. I think that for me, the deepest sense of something there is not right is that there wasn't meaning that I could feel happening between me and the kids. So that was very frustrating for me, because I love text. And when I when I sat in the synagogue and opened the Siddur, I loved the text. It was, wow, it's all these, my friends, of all the things I know from Hebrew literature now. And I always say this metaphor, I met my old friends in their hometown, because I knew them from modern Hebrew literature. So the first thing I wanted to do was learn. I wanted to understand what religious Judaism is all about, and get a deeper sense of what I need to communicate to the kids, or how I make it better for them and for me. Nobody likes to be bored in class. So I started to learn. I wanted to learn. And it took Hebrew college, or starting to learn in Hebrew college, to actually have a place where I could express my frustration and not feel that it's something I really shouldn't talk about. Get a lot of insights and inspiration, and feel that there's a lot of people that actually agree with me and are doing something about it. And also have conversations with people. I literally for 10 years couldn't talk to anybody. There was nobody I could talk about these things and actually feel that there's somebody who wants to hear. Mostly from my Israeli friends I heard, or people who work in the milieu. That's the way it is. There's American Jews and there's Israelis, and we don't meet. And so that's what we do. But I could also really, really appreciate what rabbis and educators and kids who were more involved were doing. Because I needed to raise a kid, my daughter, who was Israeli born and was secular. How do you raise kids, Jewish in America? How do you do it? So I started to understand the challenge. And I started to gain a lot of respect for the effort to make Jewish education work. So what is my stance? I want to make that meeting in the class. When the kids come to synagogue, and because I work in a supplementary religious school, I want it to be meaningful. I want the kids, I want the words to mean something to the kids. I want to find a way not to, every year, I feel that I get all the books, I need to swim the Atlantic Ocean and at the same time go deep water fishing. How do you do it? So I feel, at least here in Hebrew College, I'm starting to get the tools, the practice, the ideas. First of all, you don't have to cross the Atlantic Ocean in 1 year, okay? Find some islands along the way. Create a way that the kids, I want to communicate it to the kids. This ocean will go a lifetime. We have time. But then it has to go beyond bar mitzvah. So I need to bring the parents into the picture. I need to make it interesting. I would like to make an honest place for the kids. They come to class, we can ask questions. We can discuss the hard question. So that's where I come in. Israel is a passion of mine. And I decided that, okay, I'm here now. I need to tell the kids, yeah, it's complicated. Israel is not an easy place. But it's beautiful and it's ours. It's my home, but it's your home too. So we can talk about it, we can learn about it. I want it to be creative. I want to add art and drama to my teaching. So I guess this is my stance. It's just creating a space that we'll meet together and learn to what Judaism is about, what Jewish values are, but that's where we meet. The synagogue, the class is where we meet, but we take it out into our world. And I'm telling the kids now, whatever we learn here, I want you to take out and apply in your life. And I want them to be proud to be Jewish. I want them to feel happy about it, that it's important for them. So.